Guys, yay! Coming to you from Sicily. Lie down on your back. Uh, Good morning. Pull your knees in. I want to be where I can see you guys. And just give yourself a big hug here, but you don't have to reach up or do anything. Just hug your knees in. Feel your back on the ground, noticing the breath against the floor. And tune into your own body, how it's feeling, how you woke up. And then bring your hands to the kneecaps and start to circle the knees, taking them apart, away, and together. And as they move both in and away from you, you'll feel that rocking chair effect in your lower back. And then switch the direction. Let the left foot come down to the ground. Grab a hold of the right ankle, half happy baby, elbow inside the right leg. Push down into the left back hip. So you're not indulging the temptation to rock over to the right. And let the right knee come down as far as it wants to go without tipping the canoe. To keep that canoe really balanced, squeezing your core muscles in. Flex your right foot and resist with the hand as you press the foot up toward the ceiling. And that'll bring a little more activity into that right sits bone. Cross the right ankle, releasing it over the left thigh, reach behind the left leg. And using your right elbow, press the right leg away and then let it rebound back toward you. So this isn't a big movement. You're just kind of encouraging it forward and then letting it bounce back to wherever it bounces to. And continue this small little movement of pressure and release. And then let it hold. Pulling the left knee in a little bit closer as you press your hips harder into the floor, creating a little bit of an arch in your lower back. Pull your shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And let the face soften as you breathe. Neck is nice and long, especially the back of the neck. Release the hands, take them behind your head, and start to lift the head and shoulders all the way up, and then return them all the way down. For 10. The knees naturally come in a bit. 9. Exhale as you come up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come up and hold. Pull your belly button to the floor. Lower the head down, lower the left foot down, uncross the ankle, pull both knees into your chest and circle the knees, holding the kneecaps again. And switch directions. Limbering up as that synovial fluid starts to get into the joints, get them moving. Place the right foot on the ground, grab the left ankle, and half happy baby. Flexing that left foot, staple down the back of that right hip bone. Squeeze your core together, squeeze your tummy. Try to engage those sideways muscles and pull the knee down toward the floor without offsetting your hips. Press the foot toward the ceiling as you pull with equal amounts of strength the hand. You pull the ankle with the hand. And then if it's safe, you roll that left sits bone a little bit away from you, kind of away and down. Relax the grip, cross the left ankle over the top of the right knee, reach behind the right leg, and with your left forearm, prod that left leg away, and then let it release back towards you. And do this in a pulsing action at your own pace. That pulse can be faster or slower. And then let it be and pull the right knee in a little bit closer. Both feet are flexed. Release the grip behind the leg, bring it behind the head, switching the lacing of the fingers. Elbows are wide for now. Inhale. As you exhale, come on up and do 10 rounds of this. 9, 4, and 3, and 2, and come up. Pull the belly button to the floor and lower the head down. Take your ankle off the knee. Hold both knees and pull them toward your shoulders. The knees nice and wide. Lift both feet toward the sky. Hold your ankles and take a full happy baby. Elbows inside the knees. Sits bones reaching down in the direction of the floor. Using your forearms and elbows, not very aggressively, just a little bit to coax the hips open a little bit farther. But it's subtle, don't overdo this. And rock left and right here. A lateral side to side rock. Resistance between hands and feet are equally matched, and allow this to pull the shoulder blades strongly onto your back body. And then roll to your left side, straighten out both legs, and press your left leg down into the floor. Really using the ground. Push down a lot with that left leg, left ankle, and start to move the right leg into Uttanasana, like a wide-legged split-ish shape, but not split at all. Keep pushing hard on using the floor as leverage and reach that right leg as far as it wants to go away from the left. Flare your toes. Push down so you can open. And now allow that left leg to come up as that right leg continues to reach away from the left leg. The right leg starts to pull you towards center. So you allow that glue under that left leg to release, and it pulls you all the way back up to the middle. Hold here just for a moment, right in the center, feet moving away from one another. And then fall toward the right, letting that right leg come all the way to the floor. Straight out in line with your hip. Push down into the floor a lot. Use your foot. Use the outer edge of that right foot. And reach that left leg as far as it wants to go out over to the left. Find a lot of power by pressing off the floor. And reach with that left outer hip. Left foot. Push down to the ground. And then let that right leg start to get a little bit light as that left leg starts to dominate. That left leg will pull toward the left bringing you back to the middle. Bend the knees for a moment, hold your shins, pull them in. Rock side to side, massaging your back, your lower back, your brain. Head moves to right and left. And again, straddle the legs. Flop to the left, push down into the floor. Reach the right leg away from the left leg. Push down into the ground with that left leg. Reach with that right, feeling tone in your right hip, probably inner and outer. And now let that left foot come up. You get pulled by the right leg back to the center. And then you are going to steer that left leg toward the front of the room and the right leg toward the back of the room in more of a split shape. So that right leg is coming toward your face and that left leg's going forward. And see if you can split them apart kind of evenly, which might mean that left leg comes up higher. That's for me. And then wrap your right leg around your left into an eagle leg. Arms come out into a T. And just breathe here a moment, squeezing the snakes of your legs together. That back leg into the front leg and that front leg into the back leg. Breathe with the chest wide open, feeling the shoulder blades gently hugging in. Make a goalpost with your arms, fists up toward the ceiling, elbows into the floor, and pulse your elbows downward into the floor, squeezing shoulder blades toward one another, that sliding door effect for 8 more. 7. Keep squeezing the legs. And then wrap your right arm under the left one. Palms together or backs of the hands together, whatever feels possible. Now, can you find that sliding door with this weird arm shape, right? So with eagle arms, can we still squeeze our lower scaps together? I don't know, really. I think it's hard, but see if you can. See if you can squeeze those shoulder blades. Bring the feet away from you toward the front of the mat, elbows toward the back of the mat, and then bring them together, knees and elbows. Open and close. 10, 9, coming up as you exhale. 8, 7, 6, squeeze it all. 5, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2. Come up and hold. Pull your belly down toward the floor. And unwrap it. Yay. Hug your knees in. Oof. And rock a little right and left. Massaging. Try to relax your shoulders. And then reach that right leg straight out of the hip. Left leg to the sky. Reach that left leg toward the left as you push down with the right foot. Find that straddle split. Feel the tone in your lower body. Head is down and relaxed. Start to lift that right leg, but as soon as it comes up, let that left leg really be the one in charge. And then start to swing the legs, the right leg toward the front of the room, the left leg toward the back, finding more of a lengthwise split in the air. Reach your legs apart. And I'm good if that right leg comes up a little bit so that it's more even with whatever is going on with that left hamstring. Push both feet away. Feel your tummy strong and helping you here. And then eagle up your legs. To whatever extent they're willing to eagle today, or for now. So they may not wrap all the way around. They may just wrap cross once. That's good. Whatever feels right. Maybe the toes bind behind, whatever's right for your body. Arms are wide. And just enjoy the breath for a moment. Turn your thumbs toward the front of the mat. Bring your arms down by your side and then up to shoulder height. Slide them down and up. Thumbs stay down the whole time, and the rest of your fingers are closed into the palms. And we'll do 5 more of these. Your hands can be just off the floor or snow angeling on the ground. Hold the arms at that shoulder height, flip the palms up, and then wrap that left arm underneath the right arm. Move knees away toward the front of the room, elbows toward the back, elbows to knees, 10. 9, coming up on the exhale, 8. Squeeze the belly each time, 7, and 6, and 5, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and come up and hold, squeeze your belly, and release it. Oof. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Take your hands back behind the head and start to bicycle here, elbows to knees. See if you can lift your shoulders up a little bit higher so you feel that abdominal work, perhaps a little more powerfully. 7, 6, and I'm doing each side, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Good. And relax down. Already excited and awake. Reach toward your heels. They're just out of reach of the fingertips, just out of reach. And raise your butt up, not too high. You don't want to wrap your shoulders under. Leave those alone. And breathe with the arms long. You can then robot your arms up so that the elbows are on the floor, the fingers face the ceiling, and just press the backs of the arms, pulse those into the floor. Feel that little pulse, shoulder blades drawing a little more clearly together with this pulse. 5, 4, 3, kind of pop in the chest. 2, 1. Now hold that and just squeeze your glutes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze the butt and then come down, bringing the spine all the way to the floor. Rock the tailbone away from your lower back arches and then imprint your spine into the mat. Again, just that little piece. Roll the tailbone away from you. Exhale, pushes your lower back into the floor. Navel really reaches down into the floor with you. Inhale the pelvis forward. Exhale, imprint your spine. Relax to a neutral pelvis. Walk the feet out a little bit wider, toe heeling them out so the toes spill out over the edges of the mat, heels come in, depending on the length of your leg. So Karen, you and me, maybe we don't go out that wide. Joelle and Sharon, you guys probably do want your toes off the mat. Karen, our legs are a little shorter. Elena, your legs are longer. You know, it's all, so you just want to be kind of wide apart, heels turned in, like what your squat width would be, and then lift your butt up. So you really feel the outer butts, you feel your outer hips, and then squeeze your glutes here. So you feel those outer glutes. And we'll squeeze the butt up, not coming up onto the shoulders, really keeping that diagonal here. And we'll just do 8 more of these. Relaxing and then squeezing. Targeting the outer glutes. 4, 3, 2. Give it a good squeeze. And then bring it down. Toe heel the feet back in so you get that proprioception. And bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees fall open. Take a deep breath in. And sigh out and exhale. Bring your arms over your chest. Interlace the fingers. Steeple the index fingers straight up. And reach those arms back by the ears and back up toward the ceiling. All the way back behind you, really stretch, and back up to the ceiling. Keep going here. Push the soles of the feet together. Almost like you're chopping something behind you. Kind of like you've got an axe and you're chopping logs. Someone just keeps replacing them behind you as you slice through them. Wouldn't that be cool? 5, just slicing logs. 4, 3, 2, reach it back. This time, hold it back there. Push through your feet and super side body stretch. Really finding length. And then again, snow angel the arms down. Reach for your legs. Oops, reach for your legs. Manually lift the knees toward the sky and stretch your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms back and stretch through your left fingers and your right toes, finding that diagonal connection. And then your left toes and your right fingers. And connect those dots. Feel that diagonal. And then all your fingers and all your toes, stretch and visualize the X. Visualize that crossing of those lines and engage right where they cross. Like there's a hot poker there. Squeeze in. Feel that power drawing into your center. Wherever that X is. Squeeze it. And then let it relax. Let the elbows come to cactus. Take a few breaths here into the broadness of your chest. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Bend the knees and roll to your right side and make your way on up to your hands and knees. Spin your fingers around so that they face 6 o'clock or face your body. And just stretch the palms open. Walk your knees back away from your fingertips a little bit, and you can let the heels of the hands raise just a bit as you start to send your hips toward your heels. Getting a really big stretch in the hand. Let the head drop. Keep breathing. Good. And then spin your hands forward. Fold your left little paw under so that the back of the paw is on the floor. And keep the right hand forward. Push down through that left hand and see if you can straighten that left arm at all. Rolling the weight onto the left, more like the left thumb webbing, where it's painful. And then play with where your weight is. So you can lean back a little bit, sending your hips back and forward, and maybe even right and left. You can fold your fingers toward your palm. Oof. And then undo that paw and fold the right one back. Back of the hand is on the floor, fingers at 6 o'clock toward you. Push toward the thumb a little bit, rolling toward that inner side. The webbing between the thumb and the index finger, see if you can mush that toward the floor as that right arm straightens. Can you straighten that right arm? And lean back toward your feet a bit. Maybe curl the fingers in. Play with where your weight is. And then uncrinkle that hand, turn it forward. And they'll be pretty pink here. Walk your knees just behind your hips. Toes are tucked under. Turn sideways. Inhale, come up into a cow pose here. Letting the tummy drop, chest open. And then round into a big cat. Push back toward your heels. Toes are tucked under. Scoop through, so chest kind of coming toward the floor. Elbows bend and then the arms straighten into a cow face pose. Round here into a cat. Let your hips come back toward your heels. So it's the toes tucked under child's pose. Chest comes down by the floor, elbows are bending. It's a slinky way through into cow face pose. Round into a big cat. Hips go back to heels. This pattern continues. Chest toward the floor. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back toward the heels, child's pose. See if you can hold that exhale out. Inhale, slide forward. Cow. Cat. Hips toward heels. Stay empty. One more time. Inhale, slide it through. Slinky. Up, noise. Up into cow. Those look good. Round into cat. Toes are tucked under. Extended child's pose. And then bring it forward. Come on down onto your forearms. Walk the feet back. Squeeze everything in tightly. So squeeze toward the midline. Push down through your forearms, lifting out of that sort of collapsed state. And squeeze that center right where the X crossed before. Squeeze that, lift that up. And focus on that hot place of intersection, of connectivity, if you can. Not staying here long, just 3. Focus on it, 2. And 1. Come all the way to your knees again. Child's pose with the feet pointed this time. Shoelaces side down, forehead to the mat. Breathe into your whole body. And then bring yourself back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips back with soft, sorry, my hair's in the way, hold on. Soft knees. And lift your hips high. So there's that really pretty diagonal from your hands up the spine to your butt. Straighten one leg, press down through that heel, stretching the calf. And then bend that knee, straighten the other leg. Pressing down through that heel, getting a deep stretch down the back of that leg. Push through the hands a little more. Come high on both toes. Stay on your tippy toes and walk forward on those high heels all the way to your hands. Lower your heels to the ground. Bend the knees, pull the heart forward, sits bones back, shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, melt forward over your legs, tummy tight and strong. Rooting down to the feet, rising up. Circle your arms up to the sky. Lean back as your hips rest forward, a baby back bend. Bend those elbows into a cactus. Feel those shoulder blades slide together on the back. Big, huge open chest. Inhale, reach back up to the sky. Exhale, place your hands over your heart. So they're flat, one on top of the other. Close your eyes. Feel the pulse of the heart. Connecting into the body. Whatever intention is bubbling up for this morning, whatever is arising, honor whatever's there. Don't, if it isn't something nice, great. If it's something like really ugly, great. If it's nice, great. Like whatever it is, honor it. It's the perfect thing. And I'll just embrace it. Put it in the awareness of your heart. Release your hands down. Palms are open. Inhale, big stretch up. Head back. Bend the elbows into cactus. Really let it open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you're going to fold forward over your legs, diving down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, step back with your left foot. Lower that left knee down and put padding under it as much as you need to, if you need to. And come on up here. Raise the arms up to the sky. Feel that strength at the hip flexors, especially that left one, pushing down into tucked toes behind you. Activate that left hip flexor as you reach up. Grab hold of the left wrist and pull over toward the right side. That might give you a little clearer sense of it. Maybe the right hand reaches toward a block or the floor. Doesn't have to, or you just keep holding that wrist. Both are great. Left hand releases down to the floor. Left knee, that's one on the ground, that's going to bend. And with your right hand, maybe you reach toward that foot or maybe not at all. Maybe you just turn on that hamstring as you lift that heel up any amount and reach the right arm back. In this twist, push down through that right foot. Good. Tuck your left toes under, lift the back knee, circle that right arm over the ear and reach, stretching that right side long. Bring the right hand down and move both hands in line on either side of your right foot. Straighten that right leg, fold over your right leg, let your head drop. Go ahead and shake out your head. No, 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 no. Pushing down through that right big toe. Nod your head yes. And then let your forehead fall toward the shin. Let that left heel reach toward the ground, stretching that left calf. You can flex the right foot up, so just the heels on the mat if you like. Double calf stretch. Rebend the right knee. Use your core. Come up crescent lunge. Inhale, arms to the sky. Sink a little deeper into the legs. Reach up a little higher through the fingertips. Curling into the back bend. A little bit of balance. Bring the hands down. Step cleanly back to plank and hold nice and strong. Pushing the floor away. Tighten the glutes. Lift the abs. Squeeze the lats. Lengthen the neck. Breathe. Pull that center part in. Feel the strength as it builds. Knees to the floor and then chest to the floor. So there was relief there. And then smoothly down onto your tummy, point your toes, roll into a cobra. Looking up, curling up, letting the spine move forward in the body. Push back to your knees. Arms are extended forward, extended child's. Let armpits melt, let chest melt. Everything softens. Breathe into the back, bottom ribs, expanding the diaphragm. One more breath. Reach through your hands, lifting the elbows. Come forward onto all fours. Tuck your toes, down dog. Strong arms and legs. Neck is allowing the head to hang freely. Lifting those sitting bones higher. Pull the tummy in. Widen the shoulders so there's no tension around the neck. Lift your heels and tiptoe on your high heels forward all the way to the top. Lower the heels, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt, super liquidy torso, head. Letting things go. Emptying your cup for this new moon, for these seeds of the new moon to plant. You want to get rid of all the junk, all the weeds. Push down into the ground, rise. Lift up and back. Hips are forward, head is back. Cactus the arms, feel the shoulder blades. Squeeze the heart up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms over heart. Pausing here. Tuning into the heartbeat. Anchoring through the floor. Release the hands down. Palms spin open. Inhale, breathe up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up and step the right foot back. Lower the right knee to the floor and find this lunge here with the right knee down. Push down into your right toes. Raise the arms up. Tailbone is long. Put just a little bit of tension or a little more into that right leg so you can feel the hip flexors working here. Reach for that right wrist with the left hand and pull over toward the left. The sides might be really different. If you want, that left hand can come toward the floor or keep holding the wrist. Reach up, good job. You guys bring the right hand down. Reach back with that left hand toward the foot or just in that direction, grabbing the foot if you want, or just reaching. Both have their pluses and minuses. Twist here. Make sure that right shoulder blade is home on your back and not just floating around somewhere. Swing that left arm forward, tuck the right toes under, and stretch here. Left arm reaching toward front of rim, twist. Bring the left hand down and straighten that front leg, fold over that front shin. Pushing down through the right heel. Maybe lifting through those left toes. Inhale, look forward and fold deeper over that left leg. Tummy pulls in. Bend that left knee, lowering the left foot, widen the right foot out to the side just a bit. Use your strong core center to bring you up to crescent. Reach through your hands, bend that left knee a little more, sinking in, and maybe test the back bend, test your balance, reaching back just a bit. Yeah. Bring both hands down to the floor, step back, hold strength here, strong plank. Breathe. Tummy pulled in, butt squeezing in. See if you can lengthen the neck. Awesome. Good. And let those knees come down. Hi, Taylor. Bring your chest to the floor, chin to the floor. Scoop down onto the belly, point the toes, curl shoulder heads back. Push back to child's pose. Arms are extended forward, melt the armpits, drop the head. Breathe here. Softening in. Reaching through the hands, pulling forward into cow. Tuck the toes. Keep your knees bent. Lift your butt toward the sky. Straighten both legs. Right leg up high. Super strong here. Keep it straight. Open up that hip. Push down through both palms. Bend that top leg. Turn that knee up toward the sky a little bit more. Square the hips and bring your knee toward your nose. Hold. Inhale, swing that right leg up. Exhale, knee toward the nose. Place the right foot forward. Inhale, up, crescent. Exhale, fold over your front leg. Sweep your arms like airplane wings behind you. Push down to rise back up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, reach the fingertips behind you, torso parallel to floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Bring the hands to the heart, left elbow outside of right leg. Press that left elbow into the leg as you turn. Palms are together, keeping your hips forward. Breathing here. Squeeze the butt. Unwrap it, bring both hands down. Curl your left knee behind the right. Let those knees come into each other. Keep that left leg lifted, curtsying back. Step that left foot back into a lunge. Straighten the right leg, pause. Give that right leg just a little break. And then again, bend the right knee, bring the left knee behind the right knee. Left leg is off to the right, so it's a bit of a curtsy. Squeeze into that right glute. Step that left foot back, straighten the right leg. Give that hip a little bit of softness. Lift the chest, left hand to the floor, right arm strums upward. Just a simple twisting triangle, nothing complicated here. The inner edge of the foot makes it easier, a little less tricky. And then bring the right hand down. Bend the right knee, curtsy again. See if you can squat it low, burning into that right booty. Kick the left leg up as you straighten both legs. Ay caramba. Bend the right knee, come all the way down. Right leg is forward. So I'm sitting on my butt. Hold the right shin. Lengthen up through your spine, letting the right glute relax down so that buttock gets more full on the floor. It tends to be kind of frightened and shriveled up for some reason in this shape. So just let it plump down. Bring your right hand behind you, reach up out of yourself with that left arm, like kind of like prayer, like, oh, help, reach way up there. And then cross that left elbow to the outside of the leg. Sit up beautifully here. You really want to find your butt bones, find those sits bones, and align the length of your spine. And then start the twist. But go incrementally here. Don't just push. Really explore. Keeping that right knee vertical, spine tall, wrist in line with elbow. All these little tiny nuances to this. Hip flexors are long. And if you keep your head over your chest bone, between the collarbones, centered there, it tends to keep you a little more honest with the twist. Oh, and even the tummy pulls in. And then the other weird truth about a twist is the shoulder blade squeeze. You want those scapula to squeeze together, and those are part of the turning. Oof. Right? It's warm when you do it that way. And then untwist, counter to the left, bring your forehead down. Lift yourself up from that sadness. And then you're going to take that left foot back again into a lunge. Elbows on the inside of your front leg. And let's just stay here. So, oh, what did I mean by that? I said it wrong. Both hands are inside the right foot. And the right elbow is kind of half happy babying, like it did earlier, into that right inner leg. So it's just like our muscle memory is there around that earlier shape. Push that right leg against the arm so there's that connection. And that will help your pelvis align here. And let's just hold this. And I want to hold it just long enough that you get a little bit bored. And maybe when you get a little bit bored, you get a little bit curious and a little bit brave. You guys are already super brave. Now we're going to bend those elbows as we take that right hand behind the heel and out to the right. We're going to bend and kick that right leg forward. And that's it. Maybe we put our head on the ground and we just suspend that right leg in the air on top of the shelf of the right arm. Maybe we lift that left leg too and kind of airplane ourselves there. And then step the right foot back. Come down onto your tummy. We did it. Bring your hands under, stack your palms, bring your forehead onto your hands. Knees are on the ground and windshield wipe your legs. Sweet floor for a moment. Getting rid of any sort of wrinkles that you might have run into on that side. Bring the hands by the side of the chest, stretch your legs out long. Inhale, lift here, cobra. Curling head back if that feels all right. Squeeze those elbows in close, push back, child's pose. Arms are extended forward. Spread the fingers, arms are long. Slide forward into cow, lifting the chest. Nice. Keeping the knees bent, send the booty high, and then stretch your legs straight, pressing heels into the ground. Send your left leg up, keep it strong and straight. Open up that left hip, pushing down through the hands. Bend that knee and point it up. So you're really getting true hip rotation there. Square the hips, knee to nose, round, kissing your knee. Inhale, let that leg sail back behind you. And again, knee to nose, stepper forward, find your crescent. Inhale to rise. Nice deep bend here. Strong. Hands come to prayer. Right elbow outside of left leg. Twist. Balancing here. Squeezing the butt to get a little more narrow as you turn. Palms pressing into each other. Shoulder blades active. Bring the hands down to the ground and step up onto that left leg, right leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee, cross that right knee behind and let that right knee kiss right into the back of the left knee. Inhale, lift that left leg back up, step it back toward a lunge, and then straighten that left leg, fold over the left leg. Bend the left knee, bring that right knee right behind it, squeeze. That left foot is curtsied. Hover it there. Don't let that right foot come down if you don't need to. And then step that right foot back, straighten that left leg. So we may be feeling this, I'm feeling it in that left, hold on, get a headphone issue, in that left butt. Bend that left knee, curtsy back. See if you can, wanna try to bring your hands up. Oh, bring them out to the side. Oh yeah, we skipped that. Sorry, you guys. Sorry, I guess not sorry, because that was painful. Step that right leg back, straighten that left leg. Bring that right foot down so it's like warrior one. Both legs are straight. Right hand to the inside of your left foot. Simple twisting triangle, left arm high. Bring the left hand down to the ground. Hold. And again, bring your right knee to the kiss the back of the left knee. This time, come all the way down to your butt. Hold your left shin, sit up tall. Let that left booty plump down to the mat. So right now, mine is like not up. So I'm gonna pause and just let it get down. Calm down. Feel safe enough to sink. From there, pushing down through both buttocks, using the leverage of holding and finding length in the spine. Right arm up. Feel that that true earnest reach, and then right arm outside of the leg. Left hand behind, get long again. Push down through your left toe, some of the landmarks. Left toe, sits bones, tummy, scapula, shoulder blades. Weirdness is happening when the wrist is like the hand not line with the elbow. That's really happens to me a lot. And start to turn here. Keeping nose in line with sternum. Let that twist go slowly, keeping the integrity of all that alignment. There's a sense of wringing out. We're like getting the washcloth deep into that teacup. You know, those stains that are like at the bottom of the cup. We got it in there and we're cleaning it. Oh, all right, that's a lot of that. Now bring your hands forward on either side of your foot. Step your right foot back into a lunge again. Bring your hands on the inside of that left foot. So they're side by side. They're like almost a foot apart, but parallel. And then just a little bit of that nudging, a little bit of that pressing into that left leg like you would in Happy Baby. Some kind of like encouraging it to open a bit. My right leg is straight back. Again, maybe you'll get a little bit bored, which is good. So you want that sense of adventure. Take your left hand behind your left heel to the pinky toe side of the foot. And then you're going to launch that left leg out to the side and forward and helicopter your legs out. Boom, boom, boom. And kick them back and land on your tum tum and on your belly. Bring, oh gosh, how did an hour go by? How? Stack your hands, bend your knees, and take your feet from side to side. It's impossible. Not possible. Some sort of time warp. Maybe I can get a few more minutes. Windshield right to your feet. Okay, we just need a little more time. So hopefully that'll be okay. And then hands by the side of the chest, come up and back, child's pose. Walk the hands forward, lifting the forearms. Come forward toward your hands and knees, tuck toes, keep knees bent. Shift to down dog, straighten the legs. Starting with the left leg, lift it up. Draw your knee toward your chest, step your left foot forward, rise, crescent. Arms are up, inhale. Exhale, fold over your front leg, arms back like airplane wings. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. We're going to launch that right leg forward, wrap it around the left leg, arms T and eagle. Holding here strongly. Squeeze those snake legs together, snake arms together, squeeze. Raising elbows upward, bending knees a little bit deeper. Eyes are steady. Can you find the shoulder blades? Bend a little more and unravel it. Step into the Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead, and hands come to prayer at heart center. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, gliding forward, fold. Inhale, looking up. Left foot steps back. Inhale, rise, crescent. Since we already did that folding on this side, we won't do it here. We're going to step off that back foot and eagle that left leg around the right. Right arm under the left. And we hold. Snaking arms and legs, squeezing into that midline. Finding that tourniquet. Bend a little bit deeper into that right seat. Eyes are still, shoulder blades squeeze. And fly it up. Feet together. You are good. Inhale, reach up and back. Cactus the arms. Fall back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, looking up. Exhale to plank. Hold, strength. Squeeze everything. Belly is up. Butts are squeezing in. Heels are strong and focused upward. Neck is long. Lats are tight and on. 4 and 3. Lifting 2. And slowly we lower to the floor. Take your right knee up. So your right knee is in line with your right hip. And just rest your head on your hands. Left leg straight out behind you. Make a little space here. Reach under yourself. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand reaches behind you. For a really gooey twist here. Bend the left knee, only if your knee is okay with it. Hold that left foot. This little seahorse of a shape. Looking over the right shoulder. Untangle it. Roll back to tummy. And move your left knee out to the left. Left knee in line with the hip. Stacking other hand on top. Rest your head on your piled hands. You can turn it to the left, or if your neck has been bugging you recently, you can interlace your fingers, bring your chin all the way to the pinky side of the hand. So like across the hands. And then with your pinkies, pull the chin forward, lengthening the front of the neck. This is one of my favorite tricks that Richard Freeman's wife taught me. And I was like, come on, lady who's been doing yoga for centuries. That won't help me. But it sure did. Let that left knee continue to slide open. Pushing pubic bone down. And then make a little space. Slide your right hand under you. Hold that left knee. Reach your left hand behind you. And just let this be gooey. Shoulders relaxing. Head on the floor. If you want, you can bend that right knee, reaching for that foot with the left hand. Adding just a sweet little kick. If your knee doesn't like that, stay away from that pose. Just keep that leg long. If the diaphragm doesn't like it, like in my case, you can just give it a little rub where it's caught at the bottom of the ribs. And it's not like you're trying to uncatch it. You're just giving it a little jiggle. Think of it as more of an energetic adjustment. The physical adjustment's pretty rough. We're somewhere in between the two, and it can be very effective. Release that leg. If you're holding the foot, just go a little more into the twist. And instead of going to your tummy, come on to your back. Bring yourself into the center and hug your knees in. Pulling your low back off the floor. Reaching for the outer edge of the feet for a little bit of a deeper variation of happy baby. Elbows inside the knees. Do make sure that your whole butt is down, the whole sacrum is down. Pushing elbows into knees, and they resist. Helps you widen the sits bones away from the butt, from the center of the butt, I should say. They stay in the butt. Yay. Be careful if there are any attachment issues. I don't mean emotional attachment in this one case, although I'm sure it's related, but I mean attachment issues of hamstrings and sits bones. Be careful. And then let your feet come right on down, release them, and we'll take a bridge. Again, this time go deeper. Bring your shoulder blades together, shoulders under, onto the floor, interlace the fingers, and raise those hips up. If you want to go from here into wheel, go ahead. Taking the hands back, Adjusting the shoulders, going into that other expression of the pose. Really feel your back body supporting the front of the body. Like you've got your own back here. Whichever choice you made, make sure that's the case, that you have the muscles engaged to support your heart opening, right? Because, like, that's always the problem. We go hard ass, heart forward, hoping the other person will support us. Ah, that's so silly. We should start teaching this younger and then release your shoulders. We have to get our own backs and then come on. I mean, good if, okay, sorry. Bring your whole self down. Okay. And stretch your legs out. Reach your hands for your head. Hold your head and stargaze here, right and left of that. And really indulge in this head neck treatment. Maybe there's a rhythm or a pattern that feels really useful and therapeutic. And then let your fingers come down under the hair, right to where the head and neck connect, and push into that reset button, that brainstem reset button. Just wriggle your fingers into that little nook that not everyone has, but I think all of you do. Sharon, yours might be a little bit tight. I remember. I miss you guys. I miss touching and adjusting in the bodies. And then bring your head to a really beautiful angle, like where it just the curve of the neck is just right. Bring your arms down by your sides, slide your shoulder blades onto your back, and roll your limbs. Roll them in and out and in and out until they just flop open. If there's anything else you need here to make yourself more cozy or comfortable, take a deep breath in. At the top of your in breath, breathe in another in breath. Hold, let it get a little bit intense, and then let out an audible sigh. Ah. Yeah, new moons, we want to plant seeds. We got to make sure we've already like gotten the soil ready. So we're emptying. Take a deep breath in. Unless you planted yesterday, and then great. Inhale more. Open the mouth. Ah. One more time. Take a deep breath in. Inhale a little more. Hold, let it get wild. Sigh it out, let go. The body get really heavy. Be willing to let it go. Front body into back body into earth. Shalom going into your sinuses. Again, pulling out of your sinuses. Just taking a little bit of that Joelle energy that was in the fairy gardens in Scotland. Just giving us a little dose of that mischief, a little mischief from the fairy. A little sparkle of play, fairy dust. A little gold for us all. Sprinkle into your garden. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Deep breath. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Pile the hands at the heart. Go back to that intention from the beginning. Is it there still? Is it still right? Or has it chiseled into something else? Did you kind of flannel it into something shinier? Or maybe it's just grown brighter, more playful in some way. Maybe you had it exactly as it was meant to be right from the start. Trust whatever's there. And as we roll to the right, up into it, and bring your attention, your focus into the heart space. And perhaps the intention is the message that's inside your heart, like a fortune cookie. Perhaps there's something else, like a little love note, a little voice recording, something unique just for you. This beautiful heart gift. And trust, even if you're not sure, that there is treasure there, a truth that will reveal itself. Push down into the earth and make your way on up to the sea. Finding the alignment by pressing the sits bones into the earth and letting the spine grow tall. Is there any vision behind the eyes of this alignment? Can you see anything? Circles, rings, aligning, stacking? Really, the key is to not look too hard. You want to the lightest touch with this. Our friend Taylor says, light touch. See if you can sense or see or perceive those spirals, those energy centers. Are they stacked up? Are they kind of not stacked up? Just notice how they are. If you see nothing, that's absolutely fine. We all perceive differently. Raise the arms up to the sky. Prayer the palms together. Let them slide over the forehead, over the lips, past the throat, and wedge them into the little nook right in the center of the chest. Press palms together, elbows right and left, feeling the power on your back. And that, as those shoulder blades press together, they encourage the heart into the thumbs a little bit more. Almost like a rosebud coming forward. Singing the message of your heart to one another and to all beings everywhere. We send our sound into the field together, one home inhale. Oh. Raise your thumbs, bringing heart message to mind. Thumbs into forehead center. Thank you guys coming in from all over the world. What an incredible thing. Such a miracle to be together, such a blessing. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Blessings to you all. I love you so much. Bye from Sicily. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing.